Art is with us in Great Bend, Kansas. Hey, Art, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Well, I heard you asking for easy questions early on, so this is an easy one for you. That I just need you to settle a disagreement between my wife and I.
Okay.
We currently owe about $19 on our house.
$19,000?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And our emergency fund has somewhere around 26 sitting in it, which we only need about 15 to 16 sitting in that. I want to just write a $19,000 check tomorrow. She wants to continue to stay the course and get it paid off within the next 6 months and leave our big fat emergency fund. And so I told her that I have the Bible on my side because, you always say the slave is, you know what I'm saying. But
the borrower is slave to the lender?
There you go, the borrower is slave to the lender. So I said I have the Bible on my side, and she said you're on her side. So we will see what side you're on.
Well, I'm not going to get in the same argument because your logic is flawed with you. If you want to argue with your wife and try to put God on your side, which means the devil's left for her side, that's probably a bad way to argue with your wife. So I don't think I'd use that line ever again the rest of the time you're married if you're wise. So I want Sharon to be able to stay on Jesus' side with me while we argue. So.
And we are.
Yeah,
except for
I
this
don't
right
want to be
here.
sleeping with Beelzebub. It's just not a good idea.
I agree with that. And I'm not.
So, yeah, the principle of getting out of debt is scriptural. You are right about that.
Right.
And so what we're arguing about is none of the three of us think you should stay in debt. The only discussion is when you should get out of debt. And the baby steps that we teach tell you to have 3 to 6 months of expenses set aside. And above that, you move on to baby steps 4, 5, and 6, which pays off the house in baby step 6. So based on that, if you say $15,000 is your normal correct emergency fund for 3 to 6 months of expenses, then I would immediately put $11,000 on the house. Which would bring it down to $15,000, and which means you have $8,000 to go, and you're going to pay off the house not in 6 months and not immediately, but somewhere in between, which kind of means you're both right.
Okay.
And you're both wrong.
Right.
So
right. Well,
I'm not really compromising. I'm sticking with what I teach.
Sure,
and I'm not going against the Bible either. We need to say that one more time. I'm just deciding when we're going to implement in the house of the wise our stores of choice food and oil, save money, versus the borrower is slave to the lender, get out of debt. Those are two principles I both strongly believe in, and you just got to have a way to, with wisdom, to unfold those. And so I think somewhere in the middle of your all's argument is actually the wisest course of action. Yeah, hey, thanks for the call, dude.